Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to continue with what started as basic maintenance and has now turned into a bit of a project on our essential trailer that we use for a lot of things. Now in the last video we took all of the old rotten wood off of it and we cut some new wood to fit it, and we also straightened up the drawbar because that was bent. Now we can see how out of line it is, which we've levelled that up, as you can see by the spirit level, by putting a couple of bits of wood on here. And to make it level without having to put a couple of bits of wood on there, or more level than it was, our plan is to make this slot on this piece of metal bigger, so that the front of the trailer goes down, bringing back up and making it overall more level. So now we've actually cut this piece out from in here. We will need to cut off these extra end bits, but we can do that at a later date. Now if you look at the spirit level that goes across, you can see it is pretty much level, or it's where we want it to be. The trailer is slightly higher at the front, but that's okay. It's nowhere near as low on the back as it was before. Now we've got some more jobs that we're going to be doing. We've got this piece of box section that we're going to weld underneath the drawbar to make sure it doesn't bend back or bend again in the future. We've got this piece of angled metal that we're going to weld across the top to give extra support there, and make sure the new headboard doesn't get damaged, and we'll need to cut that down a bit first. And then we've got this piece of box section that we're going to weld onto there to go onto here to stop some of that flexing happening. But before we do any of that, to make it easier, we're going to try and separate the two pieces of the trailer, which are this top frame and then the drawbar part, and they separate down here. Now we've separated the parts of the trailer, and we've got this bit here. Now what we're doing at the moment is we're going to weld the top of the piece of metal that goes across the top of the headboard, which we've now cut down to fit around here. So we're going to butt weld it to this. So what we'll probably have to do is do a couple of tacks on there and then readjust it, because it's quite difficult to hold it on. For an update now, we've welded the piece that will go across the top of the headboard. You can see we've done the welds here and here and on the other side. However, we haven't quite mastered the art of welding upwards, so we'll have to do that when the trailer is turned the other way up. We've done that on both sides, and then on here we've drilled the hole now where it needs to be, and we've marked on both sides where the excess can just be cut off of there. Now what we're now going to do is firstly get some metal to support this part here for when it has load on it, just give it some extra support, and use this piece of metal to create a support to go from on here at an angle down to this bit of the frame here.
This flexes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, which is the reason that we're putting this brace from here to here, and this needs reinforcement when it's got load on it. We've turned this part of the trailer over again, and we've cut and welded this plate, which we designed to spread the weight of the drawbar when this tongue bit sits on it, which the drawbar being like this piece of box section. So that's nicely welded on there by Dad. However, we came to make this support bracket thing, which was going to mount on here and go to this bit. However, guess which one of us, and it wasn't me, cut this too short. So now we're going to have to look through our scrap metal pile to try and find something to replace this bit. And I would throw this over my shoulder if it was anything else, but I'm not going to with this. We've got quite a big update for you now. So the first thing was that we wanted to weld this bit of bar in the middle of the headboard, because otherwise it wouldn't have any support inside, it would just be around the edges. So we welded this piece on, and then we spotted an interesting problem, which you can see in this next clip. See if you can spot it. Now, as you may have noticed from the previous clip, this part here, there, that rests on the drawbar wasn't actually in the centre, which meant that we had to cut it and re-weld it on there so it was in the centre, which shows that the builder of this trailer didn't really care about measurements. And if the builder of this trailer is watching this video, we'd like to gift you a free one of these, and we'll even show you how to use it. Now, the fact that that wasn't in the centre meant that we had to make a cut in the support beam that we put on there and re-weld it, which before all of that, Dad actually decided to cut that, this part the right size this time. As you can see, that has really reinforced this bit well, and that was the last bit of welding needed on the main frame. Now onto the drawbar changes. Now we completely cut off the old hitch, you can just see how bent it is, and we replaced it with two thick steel plates that we cut down to make a much nicer hitch on there that will last for quite a lot longer than this would, so this isn't needed anymore. Then the second change we made is we welded this piece of box section to the bottom to reinforce the drawbar, and then we cut it and bent part of it over so that it's got ends on it, both ends. And then at the bottom we had to cut, and you can see some of the welding there, so because we had to adjust the angle that the drawbar was at to match the adjustment we had made when we moved and welded this back into place to make it actually in the centre. Now with all of the welding done on both the drawbar and the main frame, it feels like a good place to stop. So that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. We'll continue with the trailer project in another video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Please subscribe to my channel, like this video and see our other videos. More to follow as we do more on this tractor. Bye.